So in this video, I will show you how to code or program a simple automated trading system, Forex robot, Forex EA, whatever you call it, trading software. But what we are going to do is to code an automated system that will be able to plot for us support and resistance areas. Sounds good? Yes, so just watch this full video. I'm going to basically try as much to make things simple for you and not throw in hard terms and confusing stuff. Everything that I'm going to do in this video is just to try and help you to create this tool. Okay, so if you also want to watch other videos of how you can actually turn your trading strategies into Forex robots or automated trading systems, watch the other videos on this channel. You'll find value, and you can do this without learning to code, without learning programming, because we know it can be tough to learn programming and coding. So there are many tools that are called EA builders, where you can actually do your own Forex robots indicators for free. For free, watch the videos that are on this channel for free, and you don't need to be a coder to do that. Okay, so let's get into our video for today. We said what we are going to do is to try and make something that can actually plot for us, for example, things like that, support and resistance areas on our chart, so that we can just be aware of them. Is what is going to be doing, just plotting support and resistance areas. It's not going to be trading these areas, so it's important that you understand that from the onset. Sounds good? Go ahead and like the video. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to go to our favorite free EA builder called FX Dreamer. It's one of the many free EA builders that are there. The others that I've used previously. When you finish watching this video, you can go through the videos on this channel and you will see how simple it is to actually create your own Forex robot. Okay, so on Forex Dreamer, what we're going to do is we're just going to go to on tick, because this tool, this automated system that we are going to code or program actually depends on ticks. It's going to be receiving ticks. I'm not going to go into what are ticks and stuff like that. Maybe I will do that in another video, but I'm trying to keep things simple for everybody. People who understand coding and people who don't understand coding, people who are new to trading and people who like have been here. But anyway, ticks are like bits of information that will be coming in, so the robot is going to be working on that. So what we're going to do first, obviously here you can change the name of the robot. Well, let's call it something. Today it's called where I am, so I'll call it code robot. Of course, you can call it whatever that you want, but because it's called where I am today, I'm just going to call it the code robot. And we click done just to save the name for the robot. Then another input that we need to put here is just constants. Just copy what I did here, or let me delete and start afresh. So what we are going to do is we're going to add a new. Yours is going to be like this. And by the way, if you go onto FX Dreamer and you find some stuff, there's going to be a lot of example stuff on there. Just highlight all of it and delete. just highlight everything, then you probably right click and you can delete it. Okay, so then when you have a blank chart like this, that's when we are going to what to start. So you name your robot, we go to constants, we are going to add a constant. We said I'm going to go with through this with you. The constant that we want there is number of candles, because when it actually starts plotting, when it's actually looking for a zone, we want it to look for a certain number of candles to determine whether it's a good zone or it's not. So that's what we are going to actually input here. So we're just going to name this constant. I'm not going to go into what are constants and stuff like that, but anyway, what we're going to name this constant is number of candles. So that's the first constant. That's the only constant that we are going to need. Value, I'm going to just set it at 0, so that we can actually be able to change to whatever we want on our MT4 chart. We are coding this robot. You saw that it said done. We are coding this robot for MT4. MT4, you can see the MQ4 EX4. Because we are using the free version of FX Dreamer. In order to use for MT5, you need to pay a small amount of money. But anyway, MT4 is still a popular platform, and it's good that they have this for free. Okay, but if you want to do this for MT5, you can just go ahead and pay them. I've forgotten how much you just need to pay, and you can actually be able to code these robots for MT5 without any coding skills. So that's our constant that's important. Then when you come to this section, you can see there's a lot of blocks. Let me just close that one. There's a lot of blocks that you can actually use to create your robot. Without wasting much time, let's just go into what we are going to do. So what we want to do is for our automated trading system to be able to plot our levels, whatever levels that it sees. Remember, this is not like the holy grail. It might actually make some mistakes, so you actually need to be able to tweak some of the results that it gives you. But what I'm doing is to just show you how easy it is. You don't need to pay anybody for any robots if you have this knowledge. So we are going to choose a section where it says chart and objects. Chart and object. I'm trying my best not to rush, so that we can follow, everyone can follow and do this on their chart. So it's charts and objects. Then when you are in there, we are going to choose draw a line, and we are going to click on it, and we are going to drag it onto our empty space there. So that's how we are going to build our robot. So simple, eh? So here, what we just want to do, because we are going to use two of these blocks and they are kind of going to be identical, so we are going to rename this. So what we are going to do is we are going to right click on your mouse if you're on a PC, do the same if you're on a Mac. So right click if you're on a PC, but do the same when you're on a Mac. And we are going to go in there and we are going to say draw resistance resistance line. Done. So we know this block is what's going to be drawing our resistance line, the line at the top, and then we double click. So you double click so that you are able to what, to change the parameters of how this line is going to come about. So what we are going to do is, yes, we are going to not to mind about many of these things. So what we want to do is we want a horizontal line. So we select that, and what you want to do is to just tick that, so that when you when you decide on something else, you can actually do it in MetaTrader 4 without coming back to FX Dreamer. So it's always an idea to tick that block. Then when you come here, the price element, we are actually going to say market properties. We are going to say market properties, and we are going to choose the highest price candle period. That's what we want. Highest price per candle period. That's what we are looking for to plot our resistance area there. So that's that. Candle ID, start candle ID. When is it going to start plotting that? Where it says 0, you want to say 1. That's me. Some people prefer 0, but I prefer 1. What's the difference between candle 0 and candle 1? Candle 0 is the current candle that you'll be looking at that is not yet closed. Let me just drop down to maybe 15-minute time frame there and just explain this. Or maybe let me go to 1 minute time frame. So you can see this candle that my mouse is pointing at, that's jumping up and down. It is not yet closed. This is what is called candle 0. That's candle 0. Candle 1 is the immediate candle that just closed. So don't forget that. Don't confuse that. Candle 0 is this, and this is candle 1, the one behind it. So now you are going to determine whether you want to start using data from the candle that's still open. If you are going to use the candle that's still open, it's candle 0, it's current candle. But if you want data from the candle that's closed, you are going to choose candle 1, so that at least you know, if you're going to use data from a candle that's still open, you don't know whether it's still going to go up or it's still going to go down. But anyway, we can still tick our gray boxes in case we want to change anything after this and don't want to come back to FX Dreamer to do this. Then it's what to get price value. That's fine. We don't change much of that. Let's see here. Adjust if there's anything there. Again, you can just tick these gray boxes. Ray, yes, we want a ray. Basically, what's a ray? For example, if we plot with this line, you can see how short it is. It just goes from where we started to where we ended. But if we add a ray, it's just going to continue filling our chart with a possible what? Extension. So a ray is kind of an extension. For example, if we do this and we tick ray, now you see we now have the ray. If we remove the ray, it just goes from where we started to where we ended. So because we want our zones to at least extend our full screen so that we can see from the right of our page to the left end of our page, we'll just choose what? We'll just keep the ray. We say yes. So otherwise you can still be able to change these values when we are in MT4. If you think of anything. Then what color is going to be our resistance line? uh, Pay attention to this. When we are going to do the support line, I'm just going to go quick because it's just going to be almost the same block, and we're just going to like change one or two things. Okay, so we are going to maybe choose red. We are going to want our color to be red, or we can tweak all these boxes again so that we are able to what to change whatever we want on MT4. Let me go up to that. So we said red and we said solid, but because we tick there, if we ever wanted these other options, they are going to be there for us on MT4. I'll show you. Then width, again, it's 1, and again we tick there if we ever change our mind. And we say yes, in the background, we want the line to be in the background. For example, here our line is in the foreground. You can see here when it's in the foreground, it means the candles are in the back. You can see there. So if we do this and we say visualization, okay, we go to common, we say draw in the background. Watch what happens here when it goes in the background. Now it's in the background. So because we want to be able to see our candles, I prefer to have my indicators in the background because I want my candles in the foreground. Okay, so it makes sense. Then that's that. Everything else, I think we are good here. And importantly, you go and you click on update parameters. Update. That's our first block. Our second block for support is just basically going to be about the same. It's going to be identical. We're just going to change one or two things. So instead of again coming to this section and drawing another block like that, let me delete this. Right click, delete. You can simply click on this, right click, copy, right click, paste. You can see it's highlighted with a glowing yellow thing because FX Dreamer is telling us that there is an identical block, which is this one. So we need to identical names for these parameters. So we need to just change one into something different. So we are going to again right click, edit title, and we are going to go here and we are going to say support. If I'm moving too fast, you can always rewind the video and you can watch again what I'm doing. So, and then we click done. Our red glow should be able to vanish once we also do the parameters. So we are going to, now we have a resistance line and we have a support line, and we are going to connect them just like that. Then we are going to double click on our block, and everything is run about the same, except here we are going on resistance. We were looking for highest price. Now we are going to set it to lowest price candles period. Just the opposite of what we had there. And the color for our line, we are going to say blue or maybe lime, maybe blue. Let's choose red and blue. They go together. Otherwise everything else what stays the same, and we are going to say what update. Let me just check something there. Did we use candle 1 there? Let's just start on candle 1 and again update, and we are going to go in here again and candle 1. Okay, update. I'm not sure why my thing there is still highlighted. I'm hoping that it's not my internet that's giving problems, but anyway, now it's okay. So that's basically all you need for this robot. One other thing that you are just going to need is to go on this section. What is going to happen when our robot is removed from our chart? What's going to happen when we remove the robot from this chart? We don't want the lines to remain when we remove the robot. So what's going to happen is we are going to go in this section, and we are again going to come to this section, and we are going to go the section immediately below the section that we are using, which says loop for chart objects. Then we click on there, and we are going to take a block that says for each object. So for each object that would have been plotted by our robot, we are going to have that. So what do we want for each object? We want it deleted. We want it deleted. So what's going to happen is when our robot, when we take it off, when take off the robot from our chart, it's going to remove everything that it would have plotted. So we are going to have a clean chart. Okay, that's all that we need to do that side, and that's all that you need to do to do this. So from here, what are we going to do? We are going to go and export our code robot, because today it's so cold. You have the option of downloading the source code as MQ4, or if you don't want people to see your code, you can download it as what, EX4. It doesn't really matter for me, because I have, basically, if I'm the one creating the robot, then I automatically have the source code. But anyway, so I'll just download the EX4 file. There is our ex4 file. Let's go to the download folder. Has it finished downloading? You should have, because it's saying unconfirmed download, like it's not yet finished downloading. Let's do it again. Show in folder. Now it's finished. Then we are going to simply copy this,